My name is Coke Ross, and I'm a singer-songwriter from Florida, now living in California as of late 2022. I started playing the guitar when I was 10 years old, and songwriting followed soon after. When I was in high school, I met up with like-minded souls, played in bands, and by the time we were in college, we were recording in the studio and playing many of the state's universities. I wrote and recorded some wonderful music with my most successful band, Big Brother. Ironically, I would use the Big moniker later on in my musical career. In my early 20s, I left band life, went on to graduate school for literature while teaching English at a prestigious prep school in Miami, and met my beloved wife, Brenda. I taught English for a total of 18 years before leaving the profession, and in that time, my wife and I created a medieval summer camp for kids and a sword fighting school for adults and kids that we ran for a decade. An Achilles tendon injury would ultimately bring that chapter of my life to an end, but I look upon it with great fondness, especially all the young people we taught along the way. Some have become lifelong friends. Brenda and I decided to leave teaching and move to Fort Pierce in 2010 to escape the hustle and bustle of life in Miami. The pace and lifestyle on Hutchinson Island better suited our nature. When we moved to the Treasure Coast, I thought I would start a new business of some sort, and my wife Brenda kept telling me I should go back to music and play full time. She has always believed in me and made all kinds of sacrifices in the first couple of years to make it work, but it did work. After establishing myself as a reputable, dependable, and talented guy with a unique voice, I eventually had a full schedule of playing 4 to 5 nights a week at all the most beautiful places on the coast of Florida. I played many solo, duo, trio, and quartet gigs under the moniker Big Coke, and for a few years I also had a 6 to 10 piece band with a horn section for weddings, concerts, and corporate events called the VRB. I developed a following of truly wonderful, loyal fans that supported me along the way, including Gloria Estefan, who asked her GM to hire me for her resort. I could count on my fans coming to every single gig. They're amazing fans to have. All told, I played over 2,000 gigs in that 12-year period, most of them at the most high-end places, and all of them filled with my great fans. Over that time, I got to play with an amazing array of incredibly talented people that showed me what it took to be a successful musician and were my gurus and guides along the way. I take that hard-earned wisdom and those lessons learned into my next chapter, full-time singer-songwriter. I have always written music, and even though I was hired to do primarily covers over those 12 years, little by little my own compositions began to creep onto the set list. It wasn't long before fans were asking for my songs by name and I was performing most of my originals at my gigs. I was encouraged over and over again by close fans and strangers alike that others would want to enjoy my compositions and hear the tenor of my unique voice. With their vote of confidence and my wife Brenda's full support, we decided it was time to move on from Big Coke, my persona as a cover musician, to Coke Ross, singer-songwriter. That has taken some time and effort. We started recording my music with the band in March of 2021, and I've been working on it ever since. I squeezed in my last recording with my Florida bandmates in August 2022, just a couple of weeks before we moved to California. Lots of people ask why we decided to leave Florida after so many years, and it all comes down to our desire to be closer to our daughter who lives in Los Angeles. But Florida, and all the treasured relationships I've made over the years, will always be dear to my heart. In September, we packed up our belongings, guitars, and our cats and moved to Ventura, California. Brenda and my daughter flew over with the cats while I drove a Penske truck with my good friend Jeff from Fort Pierce. Suffice to say, we amused ourselves by planning the whole trip around visiting interesting music stores and trading guitars along the way. That's another video coming soon. I've been in California for a few months, and my close friend Mike Blatty and I have been working on tracking guitars, vocal parts, and all manner of keyboards as we complete the work on my first batch of songs. My first order of business after moving in was to rebuild my studio so that it was geared towards the type of production I would intensely focus on for the next few months. So far, it has proven itself a potent ally in the writing process, and I can't wait for you all to hear the results. In addition to my music coming out this year, I am also producing a host of video content, including videos on my new studio and the gear I use to record my music, behind-the-scenes video on its production, concert reviews of some of the shows I've seen since I came out here, including Eric Johnson and Sting, gear reviews, videos on some of the legendary guitar stores out here in the LA area, and so much more. The centerpiece of all my creative efforts is my music, and I'm really proud of the writing and production we've done thus far. I feel so eager and excited to share the music I've written. Please check back to my site, cokeross.com, for more updates on the music coming out. Thanks for watching.